It is a vast forest and it's a working forest, and thousands of people's livelihoods depend on it. Maine's economy depends upon it. It is still one of the largest industries in the state, and it is because of responsible landowners and good stewardship and sound sustainable forestry that we're able to enjoy this forest. It is far from pristine.
I'm Thorne Dickinson. I am excited about sharing with you authentic conversations from Mainers throughout the state about the value this project delivers.
Hello.
Hey, good morning. This is Thorne Dickinson.
Hey, Thorne, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
One of the expressions that's used here by the opposition is talking about pristine
Forests. So when you think of this area, I mean, do you think that's an area that you would describe as pristine in the idea of the forest part of it?
No, it's not pristine, but it is beautiful. There's a big difference, and there's a lot of aesthetic value and a lot of other values for wildlife and for recreation, but it's a working forest. It's managed. It is actively managed. It's done well and it's done sustainably, but it's a testament to the landowners how well it is managed that people might think it is pristine, but it's hardly pristine. It's been cut several times over the course of decades and decades, and the evidence is there. This is a well-managed forest, and it's actively managed, and it is far from pristine.
Go ahead and describe what you're seeing.
Yeah, this is a logging road. You can see way off into the distance even where there's logging roads. And you can see very diverse forest. You can see areas that have younger trees that are growing, more mature trees over here. Again, active logging road. See there's a clear cut and healthy forest around it, good buffers for wildlife and for other uses. This is an area that where they store those logs, and they'll take them off to the mill. And in the background you can see just a healthy forest. And it's quite beautiful, I think, and this is part of it, and it's indicative of how Maine's forest is multiple use. It's primarily a working forest providing lumber, trees for lumber and building materials, but it's also where many of us enjoy and recreate.
You know, it's interesting, another point
You had raised about is the willingness of these landowners, as you say, not only to effectively manage the forest there, but also make those lands that they own available to the general public.
I guess for the better part of 40 years I've been involved with the forest products industry. It's unbelievably how fortunate and how lucky we are as Mainers to enjoy this forest. Not every state has this wonderful opportunities that the landowners provide. It's going to open up a lot of the forest to people who probably wouldn't otherwise have access. Snowmobiling and also cross-country skiing.
You look at all the snowmobile trails that are right around Coburn Mountain where they all come together, and now you're going to have another new trail that doesn't exist all the way to the Quebec border for 53 miles.
I see it as very compatible with a multiple use working forest, and I see it as a good thing for Maine.
It's really good to be back up here again. Every time I come up here, it's a good reminder of the thoughtfulness that the project laid out and thinking about the project, and again, using most of the existing corridor, but then the new corridor going through logging land that's been really cut for generations. And coming back here, and even just in the short ride on 201 here, you see the areas where there's selective cuts. How you doing, Nick?
Good, man.
Good to see you. Coming up, and it was a good reminder. I hadn't been up here in a few months. Just the areas that you can already see clear cut just looking right on Route 201.
Yeah. We're stepping inside the 54-foot swath right now, so this is where the stepping up begins.
Hey Rob, could you stand down by the other stake? The distance between the two of us. Sometimes I describe it as, on the radio, I said it's shorter than the distance from home plate to the pitcher's mound. Yeah, this is the actual width. Yeah, so this is the area that we're gonna, between here and here, these are the kind of trees that we're gonna have to cut down in order to put it. And then from here out is where we're gonna be doing the tapering on either side.
When it comes to tapering, this is kind of a unique idea. Basically, we're allowing vegetation to step up as you work your way to the edge of the corridor. This is the 3D representation. This is the tapering, so hence the roller coaster kind of feel.
It's really incredible when you're actually standing out there looking at what the actual width of the corridor will be, that 54 feet. And then you think about all the tapered vegetation that will be to the side. But also when you're just out there again, once again looking at the nature of the forest, that it is a working forest, and you can see all the signs of cutting and clearing and the different roads that go through the area to pull that lumber out. It's a good memory of why we cited this project the way we did, and in the end why the various regulatory bodies found that this was a good path and was the right alternative for bringing the power into Maine.